Something serious is going to happen to you. You are about to be diagnosed with. They tried to keep it hidden from you. But now it's too loud to ignore. A shift is happening in your body, and something inside you has started alerting heaven itself. You've been noticing small signs, haven't you? A strange silence in the room even when people are around. That odd weight in your chest that never used to be there before. The reason you keep waking up at 3:17 a.m., that's not random. That same number, those same sounds, those same dreams, they're all pointing to something that's unfolding inside you. And tonight, the message must reach you before someone else gets to it first. You're not just about to receive news. You're about to be diagnosed with something life-changing, but not in the way you expect. Not with sickness. Not with sadness. But with something they never tell you happens until it's already begun, the activation of a spiritual code buried in your DNA. Archangel Michael says, "Do not be afraid of the words you're about to hear." What others call a diagnosis, heaven calls a revelation. This is not about medical charts or hospital corridors. This is about destiny realigning your entire system to prepare you for what's next. Someone has been observing your every move. Not to harm you, but to confirm if you're truly the one written in the sealed scroll. That scroll has just been opened. Every delay, every silent breakdown you've had over the last 14 days, was the energy of your body rejecting an old identity. The frequency you're carrying is not normal anymore. You're vibrating on a divine pitch, and your body is finally showing the symptoms of a higher awakening. The diagnosis? You're spiritually chosen. And it terrifies those around you who have always wanted you to be ordinary. There's a reason your voice trembles before you speak now. There's a reason you're extra sensitive to noise, to light, to people. You're no longer on the same frequency as the rest of the crowd. You've been marked, and they know. The people in your life who suddenly went silent? They didn't vanish by chance. They sensed the upgrade in you before you even saw it. And they couldn't handle it. Archangel Michael says this is why your name has been whispered in places you've never walked into. It's why strangers stare longer, why electronics glitch around you, why animals react to you with curiosity or fear. You're becoming something unexplainable. But someone is not happy about it. There's an individual who used to study your patterns for weakness. Now, they study them for proof that what you're becoming is real. They tried to curse it. They tried to suppress it. But the signs only grew louder. You're not just changing. You're being reclassified, and that process is what they'll try to explain to you using the word diagnosis. They might say it's anxiety, or fatigue, or hypersensitivity. But none of those labels will be accurate. Because what's happening is far beyond any medical textbook. You're developing rare spiritual receptors, antennae for divine communication. That ringing in your ears? That's not tinnitus. That's coded frequency, your internal system aligning with transmissions from realms unseen. They might give you a prescription. They might say rest. But what you need is understanding. This is not a breakdown. This is an activation. Someone, an elder, a figure of power, is preparing to meet you in a way that will shift everything. This person has the missing piece to your transformation. But they won't reveal it easily. First, you must endure the test. And the test begins with this diagnosis. Not all who are chosen go through this path. Only the ones whose lives were tampered with early. If you've lost time, lost memories, or felt like you were reset without reason, this is why. You're not crazy. You were being recalibrated. They erased things from your early timeline. But now, those memories are cracking back through. You may find old journals, images, messages from a forgotten email, and when you do, your pulse will race. Because you'll remember who you were before they tried to program you otherwise. This diagnosis? It's a false label placed on a divine awakening. But heaven will use even that label to spark your reversal. There's a document, somewhere near you, containing your real story. It's handwritten. It may be locked away. It may even look like something ordinary. But when you touch it, your body will shiver. That paper holds the words that someone else tried to forget. Because in that paper is a confession. A long-buried truth. And you are the only person who has the right to decode it. The person who wrote it is no longer around. But their energy lingers. And they are pushing for you to finally know what was kept from you. The person who will bring this diagnosis to you will hesitate. Their eyes will scan you longer than normal. There will be a moment of silence in the room. That silence is the recognition. They will know. You are not ordinary. You are the one who carries the ancient key. The one who was almost destroyed before their time. But you survived. And now your body is responding. You may cry for no reason. Shake without knowing why. Hear whispers in dreams. These are all early stages of the reactivation. And it only intensifies from here. You will find a voice you didn't know you had. A knowing that no one taught you. Words will come out of your mouth that feel like prophecy. Don't be afraid. That's your original language returning. The diagnosis is just a doorway. And once you cross through it, you will no longer be who you were yesterday. Your name has been highlighted in the records. You are about to walk into a room that has been locked for decades. Inside is something that was meant for you alone. But be warned, not everyone will be happy about your transformation. Some will try to convince you you're ill. That you're broken. That you need to be fixed. Don't listen. The most powerful transitions come disguised as breakdowns. Your heartbeat will change. Your skin may feel electric. Light will feel different. Sound will cut deeper. This is your body shedding density and absorbing frequency. You're becoming something sacred. Soon, a specific person will speak a sentence that unlocks the rest of this path. When they say it, you'll feel a jolt, an instant knowing. And from that moment on, your life will never go back. Stay silent when it happens. Let them speak. Listen closely. For they are the messenger. The diagnosis is just the excuse. But the real revelation is, you've been reborn into your original form, and they can't stop it anymore. This is your moment. You'll start to remember things you never learned. Names. Coordinates. Sequences. They'll appear in your dreams first, then in waking life, on license plates, phone numbers, timestamps. These are not hallucinations. These are access codes. The diagnosis they give you? It's simply a distraction. A decoy to make you believe you're unwell. But your system is not collapsing, it's reactivating ancient technology stored in your soul. There is one object around you right now that does not belong to this timeline. It's been quietly sitting in your home, in a drawer, behind a book, maybe even tucked into your bag. You've seen it 100 times, but today it will feel different. Colder. Warmer. Heavier. When you pick it up, you may drop it unintentionally. That's not clumsiness. That's resonance. This object was left there on purpose. Someone wanted you to find it only once your DNA reached the right vibration. And you just hit that frequency. You're not going insane. You're not falling apart. You're remembering your assignment. In the next 72 hours, you'll begin experiencing what they'll call symptoms. Fatigue. Sharp emotions. Changes in temperature. Glitches in memory. But understand this, every symptom is a signal. A signal that you've been placed into a timeline junction, and your next step is being written in real time. There is a letter with your name in someone's possession. A name that sounds similar to yours, but isn't exactly the same. That's because your true name was partially erased by those who feared you'd remember. The diagnosis will be delivered by someone who's been warned not to look you in the eyes. That's why they'll avoid contact. Because when they do look, they'll recognize you from another place, another plane. Your presence carries codes that even those unaware can feel. You've probably noticed how people pause when you enter a room. That stillness isn't discomfort. It's a subconscious recalibration. You are the anomaly they couldn't predict. That's why strange things have been happening with technology around you. Phone screens freezing. Audio distorting. Unexpected shutdowns. It's not malfunction. It's resistance. Your frequency is interfering with low-level programming. Even streetlights flicker when you walk under them now. You've seen it. You tried to ignore it. But now? Now it's undeniable. You're aligned with the unexplainable. And this diagnosis is nothing but the world's way of trying to explain what it can't control. Soon, you will receive a text or call from someone you haven't spoken to in months, maybe years. What they say will feel random at first. But hidden inside their message is a coded nudge. A phrase, a word, a number, they will accidentally deliver it. This message will open a portal in your mind. You'll remember a version of yourself that's been asleep since childhood. The dreams you had as a child, the ones that never made sense, they were premonitions. What's coming isn't sickness. It's awakening. They may try to sedate it. To suppress it with prescriptions, with routines, with labels. But they won't be able to contain it this time. You've crossed a threshold. And the body doesn't lie. If you felt pressure in your chest or behind your eyes. If you've had dreams where you're floating, or falling, or surrounded by gold light. These are not dreams. These are extractions, downloads, returns to knowledge you once held. A hidden society knows about your return. And they're watching closely. But not all who watch you want to stop you. One of them is tasked with protecting you, but you don't know who they are yet. They will reveal themselves subtly. They'll leave you a sign. Something left in plain sight. A red object. A phrase overheard. An odd time on the clock, perhaps 4:44. When you see it, freeze. That's the moment your reality is shifting. You're not cursed. You're calibrated. You were never meant to blend in. Your body is reacting not because it's weak, but because it's being rebuilt. Every pain you feel is an echo from an older version of you being removed. You are being remade from light. They'll say it's a diagnosis. But the truth? It's a recall notice from the higher dimension you once came from. There is a building near you that you've passed by many times. You may not have looked at it twice. To the ordinary world, it's nothing. But to the divine, it's the storage house of your unrevealed timeline. Inside that place, maybe it's a library, a temple, an old estate, a hospital, or even an abandoned structure, is a room that hasn't been opened in 17 years. That room contains a file. Not just any file, but a physical confirmation that what's happening to you right now was predicted, recorded, and authorized by something much older than this reality. A caretaker guards it. You don't know their face, but they know yours. And they've been waiting. Waiting for the signs to align. Waiting for your energy to match the exact timestamp written on the file. And now it does. You don't need a key to enter. You need a moment of silence. A full moment where your body, breath, and mind align, and in that alignment, you'll hear the invitation. It won't come in words. It will come in sensation. A sudden stillness. A flutter in the chest. A wave of heat. When it happens, you walk. Because once you enter that building again, you'll feel the pull. They may call you delusional for it. They may say you're losing touch. But the only thing you're losing touch with is the false reality they wrapped around your soul like plastic. The file has your real name on it. Not the name on your ID. Not the one you write on forms. But the vibration name that resonates with all creation. And it's glowing, only visible to one whose DNA has fully activated. That person is now you. There is a man who knows this truth. He's not a threat. But he is scared. Scared that if you find this file, you will also find out the truth about his betrayal. Because years ago, he was given a choice: protect your identity, or bury it. He chose silence. But now, silence is turning against him. And he can't stop the unraveling. His face may appear soon, on your screen, in public, through a message. Don't confront him yet. Let him feel the pressure of what you're remembering. Let the guilt rise in him like smoke in a sealed room. Because that's part of the activation. When someone tries to suppress a chosen one's timeline, the energy they hold begins to repel light. And they feel it. That sickness they carry? It's not illness. It's karmic reversal. The universe is correcting what he did to you. Your body isn't breaking down. It's burning off interference. That's why some of your closest ones have become distant. You're not compatible with their frequency anymore. Your cells are rejecting every false word, every false smile, every false comfort. And soon, even the mirrors will reflect something different. Your eyes will change. Your skin will carry a new glow. And your voice will begin to trigger others without you saying anything harsh. Because truth vibrates. And you're becoming the carrier of a truth that was silenced for decades. This truth was buried in a journal that was never meant to reach you. That journal exists. It's real. And it is no longer in safe hands. Someone found it. Someone who has no idea what it really is. But heaven does. That's why you've been waking up with strange dreams lately. Those dreams are real-time downloads of the missing pages. You don't need to chase the journal. It's coming to you. How? Through a messenger. A woman with silver energy. You might not see her clearly. She might be a stranger on the bus, a neighbor, someone random who drops something in front of you. But she will say one sentence, one exact phrase, that was written in the journal. And when she speaks it, you will remember everything. There will be a vibration. You may lose balance for a moment. That's okay. That's your soul re-entering alignment. And then, the countdown begins. From that moment on, you have 11 hours to locate the hidden building. Once inside, you'll be drawn to a certain floor, a certain wall, a certain light. And there it will be, the locked chamber. No key. No guard. Just a choice. You will place your hand near the edge of the chamber. And a sound will respond. A low hum, vibrational, familiar. Almost like an ancient chant from within your bones. When that sound happens, the wall will open. Inside will not be gold. Not treasure. Not riches. But something far more dangerous to those who lied to you, the undeniable truth. Your name. Your origin. The attempt to silence your gift. The person who signed off the block on your timeline. And the map to your next assignment. Because this wasn't just about healing. This was about reclaiming command. You are the chosen return. She arrived without sound. A woman cloaked in neutral colors, blending into the world like a passing breeze. No one else noticed her presence, but your body did. Your breath caught. Your skin pulled tight for a moment. Something inside you said, "This is it." She didn't look at you immediately. She stood still, observing something invisible in the air, like she was waiting for a green light from another dimension. Then slowly, she turned, and her eyes locked with yours. And then she said it. A phrase you've never heard before, but somehow knew was written in your blood long ago. It rolled off her tongue like a key turning in a sacred lock. Not all who were erased stayed gone. Some became louder. The moment those words hit the air, time warped. The background noise blurred. Your heartbeat slowed. And it felt like you were falling through a memory that wasn't even from this life. Visions began to surge, paper burning, your name being scratched out, your photograph being switched. A betrayal. A forced forgetting. A closed door. And then clarity. This woman, this messenger, was sent to activate your remembering. She wasn't there to help you understand. She was there to help you continue. Because what happens next can no longer wait. She handed you something small, something insignificant at first glance, a folded slip of cloth. It had a single symbol stitched into it. A symbol you'd seen in your dreams. A symbol your younger self used to draw without knowing why. As your fingers touched it, you saw the flash, the building. The door. The light inside. But more than that, you saw the face of the one who betrayed you. And he knows you're coming. Somewhere not far from you, he's watching. Listening. He received an alert, a spiritual alert, when your energy crossed the threshold. He always feared this moment. Because he was the one chosen to guard your power, and instead, he sold it. You were young then. Unaware. Open. He made you believe you were broken. But now, the truth has surfaced. And you're not broken, you were silenced. He's preparing a final trap. Not with weapons, not with poison, but with doubt. Because he knows, if he can shake your confidence before you reach the hidden door, he can delay your rise once again. You may feel it soon, a strange message, a dream that makes you question yourself, an accidental encounter that makes you feel small. That's him. Trying to blur your clarity. Trying to rewrite your timeline again before you seal it for good. But you're past the point of no return now. The cloth you carry is a key. It's not just a symbol. It's frequency-coded fabric. When you reach the hidden chamber, you'll notice a glowing indentation on the wall. Press the cloth to it. The vibration will unlock the door without a sound. What happens inside that chamber is sacred. It's not just about reading what was kept from you. It's about reclaiming the authority to speak it aloud. Once you do, the lies collapse. The spells break. The illusions others built around you begin to dissolve. But be ready, someone will follow you. The traitor. He'll pretend to come in peace. His voice will sound familiar. Kind. But his energy will feel metallic and cold. Trust that. Do not argue. Do not defend. Do not explain. You owe him nothing. When he tries to enter the chamber with you, the walls will reject him. You'll hear a low ring. That's the signal that only one with divine clearance can enter. That one is you. Inside the chamber, there are 7 drawers. Only one belongs to you. But the others? They belong to those like you, others who were silenced, altered, erased. When you pull your drawer, you'll find a sealed crystal inside. It looks simple, but it carries a full vibrational echo of your original life. When you hold it, all the timelines you were meant to live come flooding back. You'll weep. Not because of sadness, but because you'll feel whole for the first time in your life. This is the moment the earth shifts for you. Not just energetically, but physically. Watch what begins to change. People. Money. Health. Light. Shadows. Everything begins to realign. Because your presence is finally being recognized by the original grid. You'll notice strangers treating you differently. Doors opening without effort. Eyes lingering with awe. That's not magic. That's truth stepping back into its rightful place. And yet, one last task remains. The messenger will return. But this time, she won't speak. She will hand you something unexpected, a photo. A photo of a child. This child will look familiar. But you won't immediately understand why. Until you turn the photo over. On the back is a handwritten message that simply reads: "The one who remembers becomes the one who protects." Because your next assignment isn't just about reclaiming your truth. It's about protecting someone else's. The chosen become guardians.